All right. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. I am Ida, and I am going to just talk a little bit about the teacher training programs that we have, the Ghosh Yoga teacher training programs. And if anyone has any questions as we go along, feel free to put them in the chat or send them in, and I'll try my best to answer them. So I hope that the sound is coming through clearly. And if anyone can't hear anything, just let me know. So, what I want to do is talk about some teacher training options that we have coming up. And there are three teacher trainings, but I'll focus on two of them. So, there is an advanced teacher training. This is called a 300-hour teacher training. It's an advanced teacher training, and it's meant for people who are, pretty established in teaching yoga in their personal practice, have quite a lot of experience. So that advanced training starts next year, next March. So that is a training program that we have. I'm happy to talk about that one a little bit more. But what I'll focus on for the most part are the foundational level teacher trainings, and those begin pretty soon. So we have two different versions of that. There are two different 200-hour foundational teacher training programs. And these are open to anyone. So you don't have to be a teacher already. Obviously, that's what the course is for. It's to train people to be yoga teachers if they choose to, but first and foremost, to develop their knowledge about anatomy and history and yoga philosophies and teaching techniques. So both courses cover the same curriculum. So both of the foundational courses, the 200-hour courses, follow the same curriculum. And the big difference is the approach to how we structure it. So one course is called the online 200-hour foundational teacher training, the online teacher training. Now, this one starts at the end of this year. The registration deadline is December 1st. So there's still a few months left to go to register for that one. But this is done entirely online. So this training program starts online, the course material is online, and we meet monthly on Zoom and discuss the material that we've gone over for that month and answer any questions, do a practice together, get some like one-on-one group time. We do a lot of small group activities in that course as well, or in those sessions as well. So this is the online teacher training, and this one begins at the end of this year. It technically starts in January, but we have some introductory sessions in December, and the registration deadline is December 1st, end of the year. Now, the other version of that course is called the hybrid. And this is done somewhat online, but it's also done with a in-person component. So we start online. We have all the course material given through video lectures and through Zoom sessions. But then we end the course with a full week immersion in person. The next one that we have coming up, the registration deadline is September 15th. So in a couple months from now, 2 months from today, actually. So the registration deadline is September 15th, and the course begins October 2nd. Then from October until February, you have time to do the course material. We give you a schedule to follow. So you're doing video lessons and doing some optional Zoom sessions. And then you're doing homework, teaching homework. And these are delivered on a schedule that we provide. They start really small, teaching just a 10-minute class. Then they grow and grow and grow and grow and grow till you're teaching a long class right before we all gather and meet in person. Now, the in-person immersion is February 5th through 9th, This time it'll be in Tucson, Arizona. And so we will meet in person February 5th through 9th. And that will be our intensive, our in-person intensive. So that is the hybrid version of the course. Online is fully online. Hybrid is starts online and ends in person. We, cover the same material for both of those versions, as I was saying. So there's a strong emphasis on anatomy. There's a strong emphasis on history and philosophy. There are also posture videos where we talk about what the purpose of the posture is, what the purpose of the breathing exercises are, how they're done in the body. So the musculature, how the breathing works in any given posture or exercise, um, common modifications or issues people might have, what to look for when you're teaching a posture. If you have a class of people, what are you actually looking at? Are you looking at their head? Are you looking at their feet? Are you looking at their spine? So in each posture, this is different. We want to know what to look for, what the purpose is, and teach to that. So those are what the posture videos are about. And then we have teaching techniques. So for those wanting to at least have the opportunity to teach, we talk about how you use your voice, how you carry yourself, uh, a lot of like vocal techniques so that we're delivering the posture, not just what by the words we're saying, but by how we're saying what we're saying. So that's a big emphasis on the teaching techniques in the foundations course. Now, a lot of people ask, if I've already done a teacher training, then why should I take the 200-hour? I've already taken a foundational level teacher training. And we have a lot of people who have. They've taken one or maybe a couple teacher trainings, and they still take the foundational training. And we do really recommend this because the material is often quite different than what's in other training programs. So it's not like every single 200-hour training is, the same. They're different. They're different styles. They emphasize different things. And so if you feel that you've already taken a teacher training, but you're still interested, that's absolutely fine. That's the case for a lot of people. On the other hand, there are a fair amount of people who think, I don't want to teach yoga, I have no interest, and that's also fine. And they still take the course just to develop their own practice or their own level of understanding about the body or history or anatomy or all of the above. That's also, an option, is to take the course just to develop your personal understanding. And, you may decide not to teach, and that's fine. For people who are sure they don't want to teach, we have an audit program. So it is everything in the course except the teaching homework and the teaching videos. And then that's also a good option. That's at a discounted rate because you're not doing the teaching material, but you're still learning all of the anatomy and history and philosophy and getting the practice classes, getting the feedback, all of that. So those are the two foundation courses. Again, the content is the same. It's just the matter of how we structure them. So the online is fully online. The next one starts in December of this year. So the registration deadline is December 15th. And then the next hybrid, which starts online but finishes in person, that one is starting a little bit sooner. So the registration deadline for that is September 15th, 2 months from now. And then that one kicks off at the beginning of October and then ends in the in-person immersion February 5th through 9th. So that is kind of those two courses. And if there are any questions that anyone has, I'm just going to check here. If there are any questions anyone has, I'm more than happy to try to answer them. We have a lot of material up on the website, and I will put the link up in this chat for the website where you can find all of the details about the teacher training programs, including the hybrid, the online, those are the foundational level, and the advanced teacher training, that's the 300-hour advanced training. So I think that covers the basics of it. The full schedule, the full course fees, all of that is on the website. Sometimes you have to scroll down a little bit because it gives a full curriculum and lots of details. So that is all up on the website. And I think that pretty much covers it. Just going to have another look here to make sure I'm not missing any of the big points. But I think that is about it. So maybe I'll just kind of recap one more time. The big deadline to pay attention to is the hybrid registration deadline. That's coming up the quickest. That is September 15th. So about 2 more months to register for that one. But in the meantime, it's nice to ask any questions if people have them, or get a little jump start on reading. We can always recommend some material to start with. So that's the next course that begins. That one begins October 2nd. That's the hybrid foundations. And then the online foundations, the registration deadline is December 15th at the end of this year. And then we have our advanced training, which happens next year. You can check out the website for details on that. And if there aren't any questions, I think I'll wrap that up. But thanks so much, everyone. And you're always welcome to contact us on our website, ghoshyoga.org, or you can also email us from that website. There's a contact form there, and we're more than happy to answer any questions that come up. So take care, everyone, and let us know if you have any questions about the teacher training program.